So when we get up on the board, we're gonna have our board pointed at right angles to the wind. So the wind's coming this way and my board's either going this way or this way. Right now I have it pointed toward 3 o'clock, right angles to the wind. I get up on my knees and then get the board center line on my feet. Your arch supports have to stay right on your board. You're going to pull the sail up, hand over hand. You're going to get your hands first on either side of the mast on the boom. This is called your boom. This is called your mast, your sail. And you can swing your sail forward and go downwind, or swing your sail back and go upwind. This is upwind toward 12 o'clock where the wind's coming from, or this is downwind towards 6 o'clock going downwind. What we're trying to do to get going forward, after we practice that for a second or two, is we want the sail and the board to form a right angle. Once it forms a right angle, we can go at 3 o'clock right angles. So you put both feet, once you get the sail at right angles to the board, you get your front hand on the mast. The first hour you put your front hand on the mast. Second hour or more you can put both hands on the boom. But your front hand goes on the mast the first hour. You lean it forward and sheet in. Sheet in is your sailing term for pulling in your backhand and getting power, okay? So if I have too much power, I'll let go of my backhand. If I don't have enough power, I start falling backwards, I'll pull my backhand toward me, okay? So you're practicing sheeting out and sheeting in, getting used to this power, too much wind or too little wind. You can turn your board up into the wind toward 12 o'clock by leaning the sail to the back, roundhouse it around to the back of the board. This makes you go upwind, up into the wind, 12 o'clock. Or I can lean it forward and sheet in my backhand, and this will turn me downwind towards 6 o'clock. So when I lean it forward and sheet in, this turns me downwind, okay? So it's all physics, which I was never good at, but yeah, I understand this. But the physics thing of it is that you're leaning your sail forward and sheeting in to go downwind towards 6 o'clock, or leaning the sail to the back and turning the board up into the wind, okay? To turn around, I usually tell my students to turn around and do a lot of turnarounds right here close to me so I can talk to you. And the turnaround, you're going to lean the sail back and down. The board's going to turn into the wind, into 12 o'clock. Both hands on the front. You're walking and swinging around. Keep your feet as close to the center line as possible. Lean down toward the sail and swing the sail around. The board turns all the way around and you're waiting for the sail and the board to form a right angles. Once that forms a right angles, you know you can sail at 3 o'clock at right angles this way, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock right angles. So once you get that sail at right angles, you lean it forward, that's your first gear, and sheet in, take off, both feet behind the mast. On this side, you're practicing also, let go of your backhand. If you have too much power, or just let out your backhand. If you start falling backwards, you'll pull in your backhand. Your front arm stays like a piece of steel, really, really straight, okay? I can raise this boom up. Your boom height should be right about your chest. So right around your chest is where you want your boom height, because you don't want to be reaching too low and you don't want to be reaching too high. It's right here, right where your arms are connected to your body. You want to be able to reach out for your mast or your boom. Too much power, sheet out. If I start falling backwards, sheet in. If I want to go upwind, upwind means toward 12 o'clock, I'll lean the sail to the back and the board will turn upwind with your feet. Lean it forward and sheet in the power with your backhand. This puts all the weight on the front of the board and turns you downwind. So all this pressure is going to the front of the board, turn the board downwind towards 6 o'clock. When I lean it to the back, all the pressure goes to my back foot and turns the board upwind this way toward 12 o'clock, okay? So leaning it forward and sheeting in turns you downwind and kind of pumping it. You can pump it if there's not too much wind, which there's not a lot of wind right now. And if I want to turn around, again, I'll get down to the beach down here and turn around. I'll lean the sail to the back, the board, wait patiently for the board to turn into 12 o'clock, dead into the wind. Both hands on the front of my boom. Walk around, make sure your feet are on the center line. Bend down toward the sail and swing your sail down low as you can, back to right angles. Lean the sail forward and sheet in. And basically that brings you from going at 3 o'clock and turning around and going back to 9 o'clock and turning around, and now we're going back to 3 o'clock now. Okay, so now we can get in the water